So we got a lot of questions through the video comments where Vera got these clear bags, and we're gonna reveal that secret now.
Oh
There.
my god.
We'll give ourselves a little bit more room here. Because I took the fridge out and you didn't clean underneath.
No.
We got a lot of questions where Vera got these bags with the clear face on them. We use them to store all our spare parts and supplies. And the secret is Vera makes them all herself. Apparently, if you look here, she does like to make bags because everything in our house, you know, even the little bowls here,
yeah,
and the plates have the same kind of fabric, and they are all self-made.
Yeah.
See, this is my favorite one here. This is the wheel bearing pouch.
Careful. Yeah.
I think absolutely no other Land Rover driver has a wheel bearing
So it doesn't
in a
get
nice
dirty.
made pouch like that. You know, even with the part number.
Yeah, so we
with it.
know which one we
And
installed.
I hope you have the nut with it.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I don't
And
lose
of
it.
course a brand new high quality SKF wheel bearing.
It's a Bildstein.
Okay,
Yeah.
not quite SKF. So that's what you need when you have a Discovery with wheel extensions.
Or without, actually.
Without, you can get away 25,000 kilometers. That's my favorite one here. And then she made now one for our
Fairlead.
roller fairlead, and we showed in our winch video how we can attach this in 70 seconds. Really, everything fits perfect.
Yeah.
So I think you did a really nice job on those. Yeah, that makes it really sweet. Look at this. So that's the roller fairlead pouch. And then what else we got? That's the...
Umlenkrolle. It's heavy. It needs a pouch,
heavy.
you know.
We don't want to put everything in one bag because
No.
it's so heavy, and we don't need everything all at once, you know, when we do winching once a year. So we got our Umlenkrolle here. And then here we got one with a shovel.
For my shovel,
You put
exactly.
a shovel in here. That's nice. Yeah. And then this is her bag, what she made for all the recovery gear.
Yeah.
We collected quite a bunch of recovery gear by now. So we got a cheap rope here. This rope is intended for pulling lumber. This is just so we have something and don't ruin our good ropes.
Yeah.
And by the way, we will replace our steel rope with a synthetic rope. We also got us one of those tree hugger straps.
Yes, we
Apparently-
actually used that one also already.
Apparently that's something you need. And then she's got in here also little loops on the side where
The shackles
The
and
shackles are?
carabiners.
these are not for towing.
No.
She got these so we can hang our bag onto the rope for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
There's
they are
another
for.
one over here.
Yes,
So
there's
we
another
can
one
weigh
over here.
down.
So we can weigh down our steel rope so it doesn't kill us, you know, it only hurts us. We got also a kinetic rope,
Yeah.
which is in here. I don't want to pull it out. It's
Yeah.
a big one.
And
It's
a soft
big,
shackle.
a big kinetic rope, and we got a soft shackle here.
Yeah.
For
We
if,
haven't
you know,
used
if
that.
we really want to bounce someone out.
And I put the instructions in here so we can
Yeah, we
actually
don't need that. There's a little pouch here on the side. Let's see what she's got in here. Oh, that's the winch cable. If our remote control
Yeah.
battery is dead, we can use the cable. And then you got another bag over here. Let's see what you put in here. Oh, these are the stainless steel nuts
Yeah.
and bolts
and
what we
pins
bought.
for the hook.
So that's nice. You put an extra pouch in here.
Yeah, and that's where the hook is.
And that's where
Because
our...
you lose the pin really
Yeah.
easily, you know.
That's where our hook is, because we have to detach it
Yeah.
on our car. Otherwise, the license plate doesn't fold up.
Yeah.
So I think this is absolutely gorgeous that you made these bags. And
Yeah.
all this stuff hides below our back seat, which is awesome in the older Discovery models.
Yeah, it's the best.
The mall crawler has these newer seats which push down,
Yeah.
and you can't put anything underneath, and you don't really have a big advantage out of that.
No.
This is a nice bag, and I think I have to get you some LR Time patches
Yeah.
so you can put these on. And maybe we make a video down the road how Vera makes these, because there is a lot of technology involved here to make these seams and how you go about
Well,
it.
there's no technology involved. Are techniques.
Well, they're techniques. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. There are a lot of techniques involved to get this nicely like this.
Yeah.
I think that's really impressive. Nobody has these kind of bags. Okay, let's look over these supplies here real quick. So she buys this clear material.
It's vinyl.
Vinyl, okay.
Yeah, vinyl and oilskin. It's a British fabric. It's waxed cotton fabric.
Yeah. So we got here our supplies. She has multiple bags. This is a really, really well collected assortment. What we got in here?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So we got,
Remember that one?
yeah. This is for the alternator. We got light bulbs. We got hose clamps. We got all O-rings what we ever found in the Discovery. These are like endless hose clamps.
Yep.
Yeah. And these are all high quality hose clamps. Don't buy the cheap ones, because if you get the cheap ones from Amazon, they won't work. Shrink tube, an assortment of nuts and bolts, syringe.
I also have a needle just in case we need to put some sealant
Just
in
in case.
tight spots.
Just in case we find some drug addict somewhere and they need a shot really badly, she's
Yeah.
got a needle also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The alternator, and that's just some hook and loop tape in case we have
spring.
to blank off the EGRs.
Very well assembled in this bag. And then this bag is more glue and stuff.
Yeah.
Glue and sealant and chemicals.
Yeah.
But also really well assorted. So we got assembly grease, we got super glue, we got a tire repair kit. We also got the large tire patches. Here, check these out. You get
Yes.
them from Tractor Supply. And these large tire patches, you can actually use them in combination with some wire. For example, from an old cloth hanger wire. You can fix even your intake tubes, your high pressure intake tubes.
Which we did on my
that's-
Freelander.
yes, we-
yeah, and we
then-
of course have the salami type
So
tire
then
repair
she's
kit.
got copper paste.
Most
we got
important.
epoxy if somebody knocks off the mirror.
Yeah.
We got this epoxy clay, Loctite, tape. Padex is a German.
The multi-use glue.
Yeah. And then we got, of course, gasket. Maple
Yeah,
gasket.
that's high temperature.
Yeah, it's super glue.
Super glue. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's your truck addict.
Ah, that's where my syringe is.
We would have never found that.
Yes.
Where's the damn syringe? This drug addict needs a shot right now or he dies. Okay, so I put this in here.
Yeah. I bought another epoxy kit, and I mean that is for metal, and epoxy glue.
You can see roughly what's inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. And we got this bag. I'm showing you this bag because of the content, okay? You already got it that these bags are self-made. So there is the most important tool, a clothes hanger. With this clothes hanger, you can fix all sorts of things. We always got a poly V-belt, yeah? And then Vera got a little torch, what she bought, which is this one. And she's got these little
Two of
gas-
these, yeah.
Two of these, yeah. So that's a high-quality German-made little torch.
Rotenberger.
To-
And in any case, if those two,
We can also fit these from our stove.
Yeah.
The nice thing here is that our cooking stove uses the same connection as this torch. If you need to heat up something to loosen a bolt
yeah,
on the Discovery, which is very common. Then of course WD-40. Oh, the cap's missing. That's dangerous.
oh really?
Yeah, that's extremely dangerous. So we have to put the cap on, because if you spray on this. we
Okay,
hack
yeah.
it. And I got 6mm stainless steel tube connections, and these are not push lock. These are the screw type. And what these are good for is if you have a ruptured air hose from the air suspension, you can use these to get the hoses back together. One of these is expensive, okay? These are little bulkhead connections. See, it actually pinches the hose instead of the push lock type, which you just push in. They don't seal as good. So these are better if you want to do a in-field repair, and they stainless steel. Then we got various sizes of hoses here. You can see that. Short pieces, and Vera got an old mountain bike tube here. because of the rubber. And then assortment of tie wraps.
But we need small tie wraps. Where are
Yeah,
they? Oh, they are next to each other. Yeah.
And then she also got metal tie wraps here. If you want to fix something which is a little bit under heat or whatever, we just put them in here as well. And then we have here a little funnel.
Well, we might need that for our next project.
Yeah. And some gloves. In this little box, we got some clips for the Discovery. We got electrical connections, some hose couplings, and copper washers.
Oh, we even had those pins for the hook.
So we just realized Vera is gonna make a separate bag for our spray bottles. There are more spray bottles than what we actually have here. What the hell is this?
A link?
A tie rod link.
A tie rod link, exactly, yeah.
And then we got here our cables, what we need when we want to connect to power at a camping place. Yeah. So we got an extension cord for 12 volt. And then we got here an adapter and a long extension cord. That's a nice one too.
Never used that stuff, but we have it.
This is pretty much everything but our tools, what we take on the road to fix our Discovery. That involves a lot more. That will be at least 3 parts of a video to show all this. So, I forgot to put your instruction
please
manual
put it
back
in
so
just in case I need to use a winch without you.
So
and I always have a stocked fridge, you know, even in the winter time. It's not running because it's cold enough, but I always have the good stuff with me. So this is how everything is sorted away. We always have Gorilla Tape or duct tape. And here are the spare parts and parts we just don't need on a regular basis, you know. Here I have cat litter. I just imagine if we have an oil spill. So Christian puts on my fridge, most important. And I always have a chair with me. And 2 fire extinguisher. My safety vests and my safety triangle accessible at all times. This is a bag I made for my road atlas of Germany with a scale of 1 to 150,000. And I always mark where we went. That's our local area. We covered all of them. So I have sewn a lot of things for our travels and our cars. So here I have for Ziploc bags, aluminum foil, paper wrap. Here I have one for wet stuff, you know, sponges. And I'm mostly proud for my cutlery, which will be on the outside of my chuck box at all times. Christian has to build me this year a closed aluminum chuck box because I want to have it. For my food supplies, I have a closed box, which I actually already used on our travels in the United States more than 20 years ago, overlanding with our Jeeps, which was called camping back then. Nobody called it overlanding. And here are my pots, so they don't rattle and get all scratched up. That is oilskin fabric. I always mark immediately the left side, so I know on which side to sew and cut. Those age really nicely. They look really cool when they get dirty and old.
Okay, let's go into Vera's office. See what she's doing. So that's where she is working. She's got her computer and her sewing machine right next to it.
I want to show you how I make one of those bags. I use the curry color for all my camping needs.
Okay.
And I use the olive green for all of our car parts.
Oh, I didn't know that we can actually differentiate between cooking wear and car parts by the color.
You know, Christian, I need those. I don't know for which car you use those kind of, what do you call them?
Big nuts.
Big nuts. I use them to hold my fabric tight. So I have here also a big sheet of vinyl, you know, which
wow.
I want to see through. I want to see immediately which bag contains what. You can get bags where you can see through, you know.
From Amazon.
It's cheap and ugly.
30 by 30 by 10.
That's what I'm going to sew now. It's going to be one of the bigger bags. That stuff needs to be. That is most important when working on a Discovery. I'm going to sew it especially big so I can have the big brake cleaner
The 600
can.
milliliter
Yeah.
bottles.
Now I'm gonna cut it out. I will do that off camera. Those are the pieces I need for the front side of that bag. I changed the plans a little bit because I had that piece of vinyl lying around, and I will prep it and sew it now up into one piece before I cut any other fabric, because if I made a mistake here and already cut out all other pieces, well, then I wasted a lot of fabric. I only have a cheap sewing machine. It's a cotton fabric. It will fray on the edges. I'm going to put a zigzag stitch around every piece. So it's 10 minutes before 12 o'clock and I haven't even started lunch yet. Oh my god. So now I've covered all my pieces with a zigzag stitch and now I'm gonna put it all together. So in all of my sewing I use a 1 centimeter seam allowance. And what you can do with the oilskin fabric, you measure one centimeter, fold it over and then mark it with your fingernail just about, and it's almost perfect. You have a nice mark line here. I'm going to use those clamps to clamp it onto my vinyl. First I'm going to sew a straight edge down here. Then I'm going to fold it over and put another straight stitch down here. Here too. I'm going to attach it. And then I'll do the long sides. Here I have my seam, and now I fold it over and it looks really nice, and I'm gonna sew another line here, good enough for me, with a long piece, you know, attached it first with my clamps, sew a straight line here first, all the way over there. By the way, now I'm watching Ironman Canada, so I've got to fill that up first. I should have known that. My underthread is all set up again now and I can continue. So I'm gonna add another seam down here. Nice and clean like here. So now that the front flap is finished, my piece is gonna be 32.5 centimeters to about 41 centimeters. So now I have my back piece cut out. I use a rolling cutter in combination with my sewing ruler. I have a zipper running from here to here. I need to cut my zipper up to length. I use endless zipper. So I got my zipper ready. I'm gonna sew that one up first. Perfect. 2 5-centimeter pieces. So I had a little mishap there. I actually cut it at 27 centimeters and it needed to be cut at 37 centimeters. So I have done that and now I'm gonna attach it to my zipper piece. So my zipper piece is all finished. So now I need to determine the remaining length of that loop, which goes all the way around. So I need 140 centimeters and I already have 65 centimeters. So that means 75 centimeters are remaining. That's what I have to cut out of that piece. But we still need 1 centimeter of seam allowance on each side. So I'm gonna cut a 77 centimeter long piece. This takes forever. But thank God for YouTube.
Triathlon is the hardest sport you can do on the planet.
So now I took a final measurement and it really did add up to 140 centimeters. I can't believe it. Now I'm gonna put all those pieces together. So you see it all comes together with a zipper on top, the see-through window, and I'm gonna close it up now. It's perfect. The sewing is all done. I hope I didn't make any mistakes. It looks quite good. Here's the zipper, and let's turn it around and look how it turns out. Now I think it's really cool. Here's a little bit of detail with a different color of oilskin fabric. That's the zipper. It's actually quite large. So yeah, there's lots of room for other stuff. You can take it here and carry it around. Now on the inside, I left them plain. I did not put in an inner bag, even though I know how to do that. Most of those bags are only used once in a while. So that one goes there. So here's the content of that bag. We have PDFE for our bicycle chains, WD-40, propane gas for my torch, and lots of brake cleaner. Duct tape or Gorilla tape. And now that I have room enough, I'm gonna put in a big one. We have those at home at all times, so that's a brand new one. I'm gonna put it in here. The first bees are out. They like my jacket. Fitting perfectly. I'm gonna put the BMX back in here. Big BMX session today. The sun's out and we're gonna go to the BMX park. On the D column, all the clips broke. Christian ordered new ones and we're gonna put it in. But what I also got now, which I think is most important, I got spare batteries for the remote control.